There's a kind of infatuation women experience that they'll never admit out loud. Not to you, not even to their closest friends. It's not the playful kind of interest where she texts you first or flirts when she sees you. It's deeper, it's quieter. And it slips into her mind when she's not trying to think about you, but does anyway. You're in her head during the silence between songs. When she sees your name randomly and feels a little jolt. When she replaced something you said that to you meant nothing. But to her, it meant everything. She might still act normal on the outside, cool. Casual, like you're just someone she chats to now and then, but inside, she's running entire conversations you've never had. She's imagining what would happen if you asked her out, or what you'd be like if she brought you home for the holidays. She's built a little version of you in her world, and she visits it more than she'll ever admit. Most guys miss the signs. Not because they're oblivious, but because women get really good at hiding this kind of obsession. But there are tells, subtle ones. And once you learn to spot them, you'll see exactly what most men never do, especially the last one. It's something even her friends wouldn't pick up on. But if she's doing it, it means you've already made it past the surface and into her headspace. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. And ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all our videos. When she assigns emotional meaning to your throwaway comments, you say something casual like "you always make me laugh," or "that color looks good on you," and then forget about it. 5 minutes later, she doesn't. She replays it, she screenshots it. She analyzes the tone, the time you sent it, what emoji you used. Then a week later she says, "Remember when you told me I was hilarious?" And you're thinking, "Wait, I said that." "Yes, you did." And she's been holding on to it like a pressed flower in a book. That's not flirtation, that's emotional imprinting. You're not just someone she enjoys talking to. You're someone whose words she wants to mean something. Because if they mean something, it means she's not the only one feeling this way. 2, she gives your silence a storyline. You don't respond to a message right away. Or maybe you haven't posted in a while. For most people, that's no big deal. But when you're all she thinks about, your silence becomes a canvas. And she starts painting all over it. In her mind, she starts spinning theories. He's probably with someone. Maybe he's just not into me anymore. He's playing it cool. That's what this is. If she casually throws out comments like, "I figured you were off being mysterious again," or "Did you disappear to a secret island or something?" she's not just joking. She's been sitting with that silence for hours, maybe days, and trying to find ways to make sense of it. She's emotionally invested, and she's creating stories to fill in the gaps, because not knowing what you're doing actually bothers her. 3. She scavenges your digital trail, a girl with a casual crush will double tap your latest post and move on. A girl who's obsessed. She's scrolling back months. She's in the comments. She's checking who you're tagged with. She's not stalking. Not in the creepy way, she's collecting pieces of you. Building a private mosaic of who you are when you're not around her. If you hear her reference something incredibly specific, like a song lyric you posted last summer, or a photo of your dog from 2022, you're not imagining it. She's been deep in your digital archive. It's not even about snooping. It's that you've become a fixation, and she wants to feel like she knows you more intimately than everyone else, even if she never admits it. Her thumbs have memorized the shape of your profile. She goes there not to find anything, just to feel close before the next one. If you're the type that's actively working on becoming harder to replace, in life, in dating, in everything, comment upgrading right now. Let's see who's really building themselves for. She tries to like things you might love about her. A woman in full-blown infatuation doesn't just want to be liked. She wants to be your type. And sometimes that means trying on a new version of herself. The version she thinks would make you lose sleep the way she's losing it over you. If you once mentioned liking girls who are into documentaries, suddenly she's posting her new favorite true crime series. If you said you love chill playlists, she's linking one in her story. If you admire minimal style, she's shifting her aesthetic. Suddenly, but deliberately, she's trying to align with you not just to catch your attention, but to feel connected on a deeper level. She wants you to look at her and think, wait, she's exactly what I want, because that's already how she feels about you. 5. She reacts to your imagined presence. You show up somewhere unexpectedly and she short-circuits. She might freeze mid-conversation, or start laughing louder, or go unusually quiet. It's not shyness. It's not surprise. It's that you've been showing up in her imagination for days, and now the real thing has entered the room. Infatuated women rehearse. She's played out scenarios of what she'd say to you, how she'd look, how you might touch her hand when you laugh. Then you appear in real life and her mind blanks, because the fantasy version of you can't compete with the reality of your actual presence. It's like walking into a dream you didn't expect to become real. That day she's recalibrating, because her imagination just got confronted by your actual body. 6. She finds excuses to mentally loop you into everything. You've become a reference point. She watches a comedy and thinks, he'd love this scene. She sees something weird in public and thinks, he'd laugh at this. She hears a lyric and suddenly her stomach flips, because it somehow reminds her of you. This isn't just mental association, it's emotional saturation. You're everywhere because her mind keeps pulling you into situations that have nothing to do with you. And if she starts telling you about these moments, you randomly popped into my head today when I saw this guy at the bus. Stop, it's not random at all, it's chronic. You're on her internal playlist, constantly looping. She's not trying to think about you that much, she just can't help it. 7. She's overly attuned to anything involving your name. Your name isn't just a label anymore. It's a trigger. She hears someone say it and her attention snaps. She reads it in a book and suddenly the page has more meaning. She sees someone with your hairstyle and does a double take. Not because it's logical, but because it's you coded. If she tells you it's so weird, I feel like I see your name everywhere lately. Or says things like, I just had the strangest dream about you. That's her subconscious turning your presence into a recurring motif. You're becoming a symbol in her daily life. She doesn't even need you in the room anymore, or your existence to affect her emotionally. 8. She tries to accidentally let you see her in emotional states. This is sneaky. She won't just tell you she wants closeness, but she'll let you see her cry watching a show, or mention that she had a rough day and couldn't stop thinking about a moment from childhood. Or she'll post something deeply vulnerable in a story and hope you are the one who sees it. Why? Because when a woman is infatuated, she doesn't just want you to notice her body or her personality. She wants you to see her soul. And that means giving you a glimpse of who she is when she isn't performing. She's hoping that emotional exposure creates intimacy, because she already feels emotionally close to you, even if you barely know each other. And then she subconsciously times her presence for when you'll notice. You send a post, and minutes later she replies. You enter a party, and somehow she's just arrived too. She comments or messages during moments when your attention is likely available. Coincidence? Maybe once, but when it becomes a pattern, it's orchestration. She's not waiting by the window, but she's definitely learned your timing. When you're online, when you go out, how you move, and her presence becomes a little too perfectly timed. Because deep down, she wants to feel like you're orbiting each other. Even if it's unspoken, she doesn't just want your attention. She wants you to believe you found her at just the right moment, when really she made sure to be there 10. She creates mental rituals involving you. When you're all she thinks about, she doesn't just replay memories. She builds rituals around them. You text her once at 10:47 p.m. Now she checks her phone at that exact time every night. You once mentioned your favorite song, and now it's her you song. She plays it before sleep, before she goes out. Maybe even before seeing you, if she thinks it'll bring good luck. She saves a certain outfit in her closet for the next time she thinks she might see you. She has a screenshot folder she swears she's going to delete, but never does. You've become part of her emotional routine, like brushing her teeth or checking the weather. And she might never say it out loud, but these rituals make her feel close to you, even when you're not there. Up next, discover what women do when you turn them on without even trying, or learn what questions she asks when trying to seduce you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.